The mega cycle, which Phil talks about, is quite compelling when you look at it historically. Conflating that with the massive manipulation of interest rates that we saw through COVID and through post that, and the massive migration, those forces might overwhelm the 18-year cycle. They might. On the other hand, the 18-year cycle does tend to sort of, hold its integrity for all sorts of reasons. So we'll have to wait and see. I feel personally that this migration, if we keep migration up at where it is and we bring in 600,000 every year, so 300,000 families or whatever, 200,000 extra families, right? We're not building anything like enough properties to be able to accommodate that additional pressure. That would be sufficient, in my mind, to continue to support properties in some areas and mean that there will be some continued growth. And that could actually come up against the 18-year cycle and could overwhelm it. What he points to is a very compelling set of arguments, right? The question to ask him is it feasible for the 18-year cycle to be swamped by this massive migration and everything else we're talking about? Or is it actually premier in terms of actually leading? It'll be interesting to see what he says. And I think I'll leave you with this thought. Nobody knows how this is going to play out from this point because, there are so many variables, uncertainties locally, uncertainties internationally. Property is not necessarily a sure bet. Other things aren't either. There are some risks in there, but if you start making decisions knowing the risks and have the right expectations in terms of time frame, property still might make sense. So just, do your work, do your homework, as I say to people. Don't just go along with the crowd and say, well, everybody else is buying, so I must buy the right property in the right location, and do your homework.